Thanks for joining us. This is our $1,000 money match, and here we are. I'm Nick, and I'm on the left. And who do we have on the right here?
This is Locke, aka The Lock on Twitter and Twitch.
And I'm subscribed to your Twitch, and it is lovely. You've got videos of you playing all kinds of cool stuff. At this point, this is part 4 in this series. I was up. Our first match was, I was playing more Pico Dolls, and you were playing Malamar. I won that one. And then the next match was, I was playing Blounds, and you were playing Obstagoon, and I won that one. And then the third match was, I was playing Pikarom, and you were playing Zacian. I was very confident about that one. But let's see what we have here.
Oh, by the way, Nick wins the coin flip and goes first.
We will have deck lists for these, but oh, here we go. And I went first and started with Buzzmosa, which was not the ideal start for this deck.
I seem to disagree in this matchup when I start Regirock V.
And this is one of the new Sword and Shield cards, and so this is just how we've been doing this series. Is this money match features Sword and Shield cards and no first turn supporter. So that Lucamine Prism Star we're looking at right now, well, I can't play it anyway, but can't play it. I doubly can't play it. We've got references for the Sword and Shield cards, so you'll see a link in the description to some of the new cards.
And they're right immediately. I just put a card right back into his hand because he can't play a supporter.
Yeah. And if you saw our Pikarom versus Zacian match, he also had to correct me on the no first turn supporter rule. I've had to call people out on it before. Not you, Locke, but I've had to call other people out on it. Ooh, quick.
Alright, so immediately I just grab a Stonjourner V. I'm actually playing a Stonjourner VMAX deck, and unfortunately it's weak to grass, so this is actually a very terrible matchup. I also have some baby Ultra Beasts, aka Buzzwole and Stakataka, and I need the rest of my hand because they're all important cards, so I just got rid of my one Beast Ring since I didn't already have any of my baby Pokemon out. Unfortunately, I did not draw a second energy, so my hand only had one fighting energy and one karate belt, and I had to choose between which Pokemon I wanted to attach to.
Oh yeah. I've been in situations like that before, where you've got a tool and you don't want to burn it up. And so you just have to grit your teeth and bear it and hope you don't make the wrong choice. I just threw away a Faba for my Cynthia and Kaylin. I think the Faba was in there for the Guardian matchup, just in case they've got a Fairy Charm UB, or just in case they've got a Chaotic Swell and a Keldeo-GX in play. I can fob away the Chaotic Swell and then stick down my Power Plant. I'm running 2 Power Plant in this deck. Oh, and I put down a Unit Energy. Still not enough to use Elegant Soul, but enough for a Jet Punch. And it's weak to grass, so it did 60. I was surprised, or not surprised, but when I saw you drop the B-String here, so, and we're doing all of these matches
I did
blind.
evolve into a Stonjourner VMAX there, but carry on.
Yeah, Yeah, so we're doing all these blind. We didn't know what each other's deck was, and you know, very very fun aspect to do this blind. So when you drop that B string turn 1 for discarding, I didn't know what your Ultra Beast was, and I was like, fighting type and Ultra Beast. I just thought you had Buzzmosa and you were gonna just like wait until I drew 2 or 3 prizes attached to Buzzmosa through B string and like tag switch to a bunch of things, but it turned out you had an Ultra Beast that was actually fighting type, and it was a pleasant surprise.
All right, I finally got a second supporter here. And I just go for Cynthia Caitlin and I believe Gizmahala. I do run Beast Energy, so, but since I didn't have any Ultra Beasts, I just decided just to get rid, probably ditch the Guzmahala. And I'm just still looking for 1 fighting energy, just so I can start attacking. And Regirock's first attack is like a counter type of attack. So it does 30 plus 10 more for each damage counter placed on it. So even right now, I'd be hitting back for see, there's 120, so 150 base, and I still did not find an energy. Decided to save my second tag switch, and I couldn't play Rosa yet, so I just pretty much just had to pass.
So at this point here, if I draw into the Beast Energy, I would get to Jet Punch and knock out the Regirock, just purely because of weakness. But unfortunately for me, I'm not going to get it here. I've already got good board position though. I was thinking about just knocking out that Pokédoll, just so it couldn't be used against me on a future turn. But I guess I was just really eager to stick some damage on that threat on the bench.
Well, I correctly grabbed the Maolana, but unfortunately my last Cynthia Caitlins were also prized, so I couldn't grab a second tag team supporter. And I actually did make a mistake here. I should have just played the Maolana just for 0 though, and not healed up. But I got kind of greedy, and I just miscalculated how much damage you were actually doing.
What you just saw at the bottom of the screen is we had a spectator in the room, and he was playing with my prizes. No harm, no foul. And before someone says it in the comments, actually no one's going to say it, but yes, we are both playing backwards, and we will never change.
Yeah, so I always started playing from deck left to right just because I came from Dominion, so I just always played decks left to right.
Ooh, Dominion. I just got Dominion for Christmas. I played it with you like 2 times. I had a good time. So Guzman Hala, so that guarantees guarantees an energy. So and if you look at the list, I'm playing I think 6 or 7 special energy in the deck, because I've got 1 Rainbow, 1 Aurora, 2 Unit, and 1 Beast. So yeah, okay, so that's 5. So yeah, I mean there's almost always going to be a special energy in your deck. Now there are some times, so I've got I do have reasons to discard, like for Aurora Energy, Guzman Hala, Cynthia and Caitlin. There are things that force you to discard. And in practicing, with this deck, like Solitaire, I did find myself in situations where I ran out of a resource entirely, like stadiums or special energy, and I couldn't Guzman Hala, but fortunately that doesn't happen in this match.
And we finally see a Sword and Shield card from you. I think Pokebeach calls it a Giant Charm. I think Limitless calls it like Big Amulet or something. So
Yeah.
we'll find out what the official translation is later on.
So I finally make the decision to take out the Pokédoll, because I'm thinking I'll be able to get an OHKO, or a quick KO on the Stonejourner. So I'm like, I won't Jet Punch on the Stonejourner. Just get rid of the Pokédoll.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I love these Rosa plays. It's like the Yu-Gi-Oh equivalent of, "You've just activated my trap card."
Well, being on Sledgehammer turn, immediately I just went into Buzzwole. And I finally got fighting due to Rosa. And the last part was the hard part, because I didn't know if I wanted to get a supporter for next turn, or just make a greedy play immediately. So I was thinking about getting a quick ball just for more Pokemon, for another Stonjourner. But instead I just made the safe play and just grabbed the Marty for next turn, just to somewhat disrupt.
We do have, and its disruptive effect is huge. Oh, there we go with the switch. Perfect. So what do you think? What you people watching at home, what do you think is going to be the most important draw supporter? Do you think stick your hand under and force your opponent to draw 4, or discard your hand and draw 7? What do you think is going to have the biggest impact? Why don't you post that in the comments? We've got links to our social media in the description. And if you haven't hit that subscribe button, go ahead and do that. So we've got Buzzmosa in the active with 290 total HP. I wasn't sure whether I wanted to give the 30+ boost to the ADP or the Buzzmosa, but just Buzzmosa made the most sense at the point.
It's more a question of would you put on your active or bench Buzzmosa? That's probably a better question for you.
Yes. So I didn't think I was going to need the Beast Energy. I hesitated there. I didn't think I was going to need the Beast Energy, so I chucked it to get more energy. Viridian Forest is the MVP of the deck. So when I was looking at other people's Buzzmosa ADP lists, I saw a list with 1 Viridian Forest in it, and I was like, wow, that's really cool. But what if I guaranteed I got all the energy I needed, the fighting in the water, to do ADP's GX attack? Oh, here, let me throw in a second one. Viridian Forest, it has huge impact in this deck. And you can see I got another knockout there.
Yep. I just needed to replace your stadium, so I did have a professor's research that I just drew, but I just needed to disrupt anything immediately, so I just went for the Marnie play. And I get a second Stonjourner and attach for turn.
So he's got the dojo in play.
Fortunately, it does not work on Ultra Beast, which is what Buzzwole is.
Man, I do like me some baby Buzzwole. It's a shame that its use has declined, but you know, we don't have Zoroark-GX in the format anymore, so it's an intended outcome. And I swear I know what Stakataka does. I just pulled it over just to make sure. So, you know, we're 6-1 on prizes right now.
5-1.
Or,
oh, sorry, 6-1.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right.
For a minute there, I thought I forgot how to count.
Usually I go 5-0, but that's right.
So, at this point, I'm thinking I've got the game pretty much sealed up, but I'm just getting my Poke Gear, getting supporters, just making sure I have the resources just to make sure.
Oh. And you already have like double custom catcher in hand anyway, so.
This is our $1,000 money match, just in case we didn't mention that at the beginning.
I don't know why it took you so long to attach a fighting energy or grass energy on a Buzzmosa when it was like clearly obvious that you should just attach there. So my hand was actually just top decked the professor's research because my one card in hand was just a fighting energy. But I'm pretty sure it's a little too late now.
Scoop to game 2.
Yep.
So this is a 60-minute timed match, and so we are managing the clock. And I'll say that in this kind of more relaxed atmosphere, we're recording this at a friend's house. I'm a little bit better at managing the clock than I am when there's like we're at a cup or regionals and there's actually CP at stake.
Well, we should tell the audience that we actually did this during a New Year's Eve party with like 7 people watching. That's why we didn't have a commentary mid-match, and
yep.
We're doing this commentary
in
the day after. Yep.
And as you can see, I did not pull off ADP's GX attack, but didn't really hurt.
See, I don't even agree with even going for the ADP when you already have grass weakness. So I'd rather just do Beast Game GX and get extra prize that way, and you're not wasting a turn on an attack. And I just wanted to double check what his stadium was, just because I saw a Prism Stadium. I didn't know which one it was, but he just showed it that it was a Light Forest. And there was a bunch of people bumping into us and the table when when we were playing, just because we were at a party. So.
Yep.
And since I couldn't play supporter, I just decided to pitch the Malwiner just immediately off the bat. And since I only had a Beast Energy in my hand, I just decided to grab the Buzzwole just so I get a attachment for the turn that's meaningful.
Nice.
I decided to save my balloon just in case I get another tech Pokemon out.
Yeah, I think Balloon. We're gonna figure out what the archetypes are for the UPR through Sword and Shield, but it's gonna be played in something. There's gonna be some standard strategies to use it. I mean, because Floatstone was so popular back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
So I get a tag call, and I want to say that I got a Guzma and Hala so that I could Viridian Forest and attach an energy for next turn. I already played my support. I played Cynthia and Caitlin.
Oh yeah, and we did use Nick's phone as a clock, but it was pointing directly at him, so I felt it was unfair, so I moved it away from the table.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so the funny thing about that phone is, so I set the stopwatch, the timer, and I expected the screen to lock out automatically, but when you have the timer, apparently that's the one time, or when you're watching a YouTube video, those are the two times where the screen doesn't time out automatically. And we've got a glare from this angle here, but he did attach the balloon to the active Stonejourner. Unfortunately, I whiffed the turn 1 attachment to ADP. I needed either a grass or a water, and I didn't have it.
I was debating whether or not I wanted to attack with Baby Stonjourner or evolve into the VMAX and use Fighting Gift, which attaches a fighting energy and heals 120. And I decided just to evolve, get the extra energy on for my attack, just so I could set up a attack next turn.
Yeah, man, I think that's a cool attack, and I think it's going to have more success than Zygarde GX, because for Zygarde GX you need 2 energy, whereas this one only requires 1.
Mm-hmm. And it heals 120.
Busted. So I Guzman hollowed away the Buzzmosa and the reset stamp. So I'm playing 2 reset stamps. So I figure, I'll when I really need a reset stamp, I'll get it later. So there we go. I got the Viridian for the guaranteed energy, and I discarded the Buzzmosa for the Guzman Holland. So the thing about the tag team Pokemon is, since they're 3 prizes, you're not going to be playing a lot of them. So, I used Buzzmosa as discard bait frequently. And I just chucked my reset stamp. So one thing my deck suffered from is small hands. So it's not ideal to get rid of both of my reset stamp this early in the game, but I did. I just wanted to get that energy with the Viridian Forest. Just in case Locke got rid of the Viridian Forest, I wanted to use it right away.
Mm-hmm.
And Stonejourner's second attack, it's 200 for 3 energy. Is that
Yep.
right? Okay. So I know my ADP's in danger, but ADP has 280 HP, so it's not getting knocked out, which means I have another turn to use my GX attack.
And I discard a bicycle there. What it does is lets you draw up to 6, but it ends your turn. I do like it in some doll decks, just because if you're just passing with a doll, you might as well draw up. But again, the energy was more important, so. And that was already set up for the turn, so I didn't really need bicycle anymore.
Big 200.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got the unit energy in hand. Yep, there it is.
Yep.
Alter creation.
And being a VMAX deck with Alter Creation, if he knocks out Stonejourner VMAX, then I'm actually down to 2 prizes, or he'll be down to 2 prizes, so I won't be able to get Beast Rings on.
Oh, I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah. Since I already had 1 Malwana from the previous turns, Cynthia Caitlin, I decided to just grab the Professor's Research to give me more options, but I really didn't need it anyway, so I just pitched it for another fighting energy.
I love it when your opponent plays Viridian Forest and
Mhm.
you get to use it too.
And I'm just trying to decide what Nick has in his hand, so I could choose which Pokemon to put the last fighting energy on, because I do feel like Nico was going to custom catch her up or something.
We're tied, so Dojo is just plus 10.
It really didn't matter since I only needed like 80 to knock you out.
My 290 HP Buzzmosa. Don't have the ideal game board here, but I'm going to try to get out of it the best I can with the tag call. So if I recall correctly, I don't have the Greens exploration for Beast Ring, so what I'm going to do here is try to Cynthia and Caitlin and draw into it.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got a 290 Buzzmosa in the active. If lock hits me for 200, well 210 with the Dojo in play. I only get one turn. So I'm weighing my options. I'm also praying for a Lusamine Prism Star, which unfortunately I'm just not drawn into, because that would just buy me an extra turn. And in a match like this, where it's 2 knockouts and I'm done, Lusamine Prism Star can make all the difference. And I've got a Lieutenant Surge's strategy in there, which means you can Lieutenant Surge. In theory, you can Lieutenant Surge and then Lusamine Prism Star, and then play another supporter to help you draw or set up.
Mm-hmm.
And I chucked the grass for Cynthia and Caitlin. To get back. Guzman Hall.
Now, I didn't remember what your hand was, but a lot of times in that situation, I actually just pitch the Cynthia Caitlin, just in case you didn't have a grass energy in hand. You could at least manually attack you for turn. But he actually did have an extra grass, so it didn't really matter.
Yeah, so I need to stall for time here because I don't have the Beast Ring. So I just bring up the thing and I do a Jet Punch. And remember, I did Altered Creation, so it's base 30 plus the 60. Right, plus 30 more, it's 60, and then times 2 would be 120 because of weakness.
But I totally forgot I had a Giant Charm on it, so I just had to double check that it was before weakness and resistance for the plus 30. And we did have Zach Lohman watching, and he is a Pokemon judge, so he wasn't officially judging,
but it's nice to have a spectator who can point things out for you.
Yep.
I knew I didn't have the knockout. That's why I sent it up with a custom catcher, because I needed to stall.
Yeah. And since I was at 6 prizes, I just knew I didn't have the Stakataka's ability, which is 200 HP if your opponent's at 3 prizes or less. So right there, I actually had the Mal on it from like 2 turns ago that Cynthia Caitlin backed. And so I was able to heal like all the damage that was done. Now I probably should have grabbed the Yancy one on my previous turn, one of my previous turns where I had where I grabbed Stakataka instead, but it ended up working out for me. Because the Yancy would have been knocked out with just the base 120, since I most likely would not attach a Giant Charm to it. And I decided to attach to Stakataka just in case Nick plays it, try to go for another custom catcher play. So.
So there we go. 230.
Now that I only have like 60 left, I'm pretty much have game with anything that I try to attack with. So as long as I get fighting on a Stakataka, then
I am just praying for a Lucamine Prism Star here. And I Pokegear, and I don't get anything good. So in this desperate move, I'm gonna use the greens to see if there's anything I can use to stall for more time. So Locke has a really good board state, and I have a really bad board state here. If I I thought about custom catchering up the Diancie, but if I knock it out with Jet Punch, you know, then you just send up the Stonejourner again, and you know, the Stakataka, you can, if I sent that up, you could retreat it next turn. If I sent up the Poké-Dolls with Custom Catcher, you know, you can just use Poké-Doll's effect to get rid of it and just send up Stonejourner again. There weren't a lot of good options here. You weren't running any Pokemon GX in your deck, were you?
no.
So the GX marker is just for decoration.
Mm-hmm.
And again, we were doing this totally blind. This whole series, we didn't know what each other's deck was.
I felt like you've counter-decked me every single match, by the way.
I told Locke, hey, I picked all 4 decks that I did. I picked them in advance, and I wasn't going to change the order of my selections unless you gave me some poker tells, which Locke does not do that.
But with Grass Weakness, Nick didn't even need it.
So I bring up the Buzzwole in a desperate attempt to buy myself more time. Maybe I'll draw into the Lucamine Prism Star next turn. Mm-hmm. We'll see what happens here.
I think a better play in that situation would have just grabbed the Beast Ring and knocked me out instead. So I just needed 1 energy just to retreat Buzzwole, and I'm headed for another 230.
So there we go, a little taste of irony. I used Alter Creation to draw more prizes, and I end up not drawing any. So I won game 1, Locke won game 2.
I'm surprised I even took a second game, so I consider this a win already.
So this is our $1,000 money match, and yes, there is money involved, but I had a lot of fun. Locke had a lot of fun. We love this game, and we're just showing our skills. And you know, I kind of like the drama. I kind of like the drama of having a best of 3, and you actually get to do a 3rd game. So Locke is, I lost game 2, so I am electing to go first. And you know what I'm trying at this point is to pull off the turn 1 attachment to ADP, then Altered Creation my second turn. Locke disagrees with that strategy.
Oh, Pokemon. You saw how good it was like game 1 when you didn't, when you just ignored ADP entirely. So.
And if you can believe it, with my 5 basic Pokemon in deck, I get 0 mulligans, and Locke gets a mulligan.
Fortunately, I start out with a tech Pokemon as my basic. So what Embiid does is its ability is similar to Shaman, but like Baby Shaman, but for every Pokemon, it heals 20 off your active each turn.
Yeah, man, Shaman from Lost Thunder, man, I love that card. I played it in a Celisord deck last season. I've seen it being played in Buzzmosa. But yeah, just another Shaman-like card that'll be legal whenever Lost Thunder rotates out. I support that. I like that a lot.
Now, immediately I did ask Nick are you playing the green? And Nick had to point his finger at me. Alright, so I didn't have like a ton of options for my supporter for the turn. I had the Malwana. I could have tag called for Cynthia Caitlyn, or I could have Guzma Hollowed, but that seemed like a waste at the time. So, an important lesson for like new players is to just not be afraid to ditch your hand and get a brand new start of 7 cards. It's probably one of the mistakes I see brand new players make all the time. They say, "Oh man, my hand's too busted to get rid of," and then I see their hand as like 4 bad cards and and a discard draw 7 card.
Yeah, Locke has been playing on about 3 years now. He's figured this out, but there are people who've been playing for much, much longer who haven't learned this vital skill.
So, Stonjourner's first attack is 40, and it prevents 20 damage on your next turn.
So with all these damage modifiers, we do have to clarify exactly how much damage is being done at various points in the game.
Yep.
We had a little thing going on there, but we worked it out. So I'm gonna greens. I don't remember what I get. We're about to watch the tape here.
Fortunately, my hand is like terrible, so it's 2 evolution incense and a Beast Energy and a Guzma Hala.
Yeah, I do. I think with professors' research, professors' training, I forget what exactly, it's professors something. I think I'm going to have this problem too, is not knowing when to abandon a hand just because there's 1 or 2 good cards in it.
Now, Nick gets the greens and immediately plays the tag call.
I want that ADP.
I still don't agree with that. I would actually save it for next turn and just grab the ADP next turn if you really wanted to make that play. So.
Just a reminder, this is the $1,000 money match. What do you think? Do you think in this match I should have focused on getting an altered creation? Or do you think I should have focused on a beast game as my GX attack? Go ahead. Go put it in the comments. What do you think was the better play? And don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow us on social media. We've got links to our social media in the description.
So immediately Nick goes for a stall play and just touches Metal Energy and just retreats to the bench with a switch card. I don't know. I still think I would have just attacked there and just done Jet Punch. I did top deck a Clefairy Doll at least, but my only supported hand was a Guzmahala, so I actually only used Guzmahala for the base effect only, and not even use the secondary effect, which is the better part of Guzmahala.
That is unusual. I think I don't think I've ever seen someone use just the regular effect for Guzmahala in a tournament before. It is strange, but it works out for you in this situation. And we paused the clock here for this. Some ended up on the floor. I said, Lock, I'd like to help you, but you go pick them up yourself. I don't want to see your list.
Alright. There was only 2 cards on the floor, so it didn't take too long. So I just evolved my second Stonejourner on my bench to Stonejourner VMAX. I did have a second evolutionary incense to evolve my active Stonjourner, but I felt it was more important just to do some damage here, so that's why I just went for the 70.
So I got back the greens. So the deck runs 4 greens. And, there we go, the Life Forest.
Nick gets like the perfect cards off his Civic Caitlyn, and,
Yes.
and now I'm like, now he's like healing everything off Buzzmosa.
Yeah, so what you just said, I could have, the turn I attached to my active ADP, but couldn't do Altered Creation yet because I didn't have the second energy. Yeah, I could have just done a Jet Punch, but I guess the idea was I didn't want my Buzzmosa to get more damaged. And fortunately, that gamble paid off because I got the Life Force. So the Buzzmosa now, at this point, basically has no damage on it.
And my 3-card hand is Evolutionary Incense, Beast Energy, and Giant Bomb. And I am actually getting hit for 180, but the first attack blocks 20 damage, so I'm actually only getting hit for 160 instead.
So here we go. This turn right here is very critical for me, and it is a huge turn. I do get the energy for ADP's first attack, which at this point is not doing 150 damage. It's now doing 180. And I think I get another Buzzmosa to the bench, but we're going to watch the tape and make sure. So what about you listening at home? What do you think a Stonejourner's place in the metagame is going to be? Do you think it's going to take off just like Crimson Invasion Buzzwole GX did back in the day?
Let's not get too far ahead of yourself here. It can heal a lot of damage. Yeah, I don't think it can heal grass weakness damage though.
Okay, so it is not a perfect parallel. I do understand, and actually, Crimson Invasion, came out. Buzzwole-GX did not get immediately popular. It took some time because the Zoroark-GX had to get popular first. Then people started playing Buzzwole-GX.
Mm-hmm. I actually was one of the few people that was. I saw the Buzzwole reveal.
Oh, and I bring up this guy.
Yep.
To hit him for 180.
Yep.
Buzzwole reveal.
Yeah, so Buzzwole was revealed at Worlds and during their promo. And immediately, since my main deck at the time was Lycanroc, I said, "Oh, I'm just going to build a Buzzwole and Lycanroc deck," and you know what? It ended up being like the best deck in format for a long time, for like pretty much the rest of that year. So.
If I can pump up my friend here for just a sec, Locke has consistently, ever since he started playing in tournaments, he has been an innovator. He's like a machine that can see into the future, and, well, he's a machine that can see into the past. He's memorized every detail about this match, which is great. Which is why I'm glad I'm having you on commentary here. But he is a machine who can see in the future and has been able to predict how successful things are going to be in the meta. I really wish you pitched yourself to Poke Beach or something like that and asked to write articles, because I think you'd be good at that.
Yeah, the only problem was I'm too lazy to actually start writing stuff, so I'm just going to forget about it.
There's the weakness in the strategy. Okay, we found it, Locke. Being too lazy has been a vulnerability for me as well. So he just does a pass turn right there.
Regirock's second attack is fighting, colorless, so I didn't mind attaching a Beast Energy onto Regirock. And since with Altered Creation, makes that 3 prizes, so even Sledgehammer wasn't really worth it. And Nick's just double checking that VMAXs get 3 prizes. I am looking to see how many custom catchers he has left in his discard, and with Nick's tag call, he just searches the deck just to make sure they're in there and uses greens to win.
Custom catchered up. Weakness and Elegant Soul does the
pretty
rest.
Sure Nick was going to win that series, but I'm always proud that I took a game off.
Yes, that was a fun game, the one you won. I know, I enjoyed all 3 of them. But that ends the series. Had a good time, and I was what is that? I won 3 games, and you won 1.
Mm-hmm.
And well, that concludes the series. Anything else you wanted to add before we sign off?
Well, so the 5th round, if we got to a game 5, was 1 repeat deck with any modifications that you want. So what would you have chosen?
Oh, I was gonna play more Pico Dolls again.
Ooh. Okay. I was definitely gonna play Zacian V, because that's pretty much a really good deck.
Oh yeah, you kick butt with that, man. Frying Pan, Full Metal Wall. Ouch. I could not overcome that. Well, thanks for watching, you guys at home. I hope you had a good time. Hope you enjoyed this. Again, this was the $1,000 money match, and I came out on top. Follow us on Twitter, follow us on Facebook, and leave a comment about this match. Tell us what you think. Did I mess up? Did I play straight? Was there anything Locke could have done to do better to win this specific match? Thanks for watching. See you later.
Area dose. Goodbye.